Hey guys, welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Don here. I want to talk a little bit about an interview with Chris Milkey, a little bit about Costa Rica, kind of a neat opportunity for a mastermind. If you have the courage to go to Costa Rica in the pandemic, that's the reason I can't go. I asked at home, but it was not allowed. WebMD Pro, a new concept. Have you considered it, and are you ranking on it? A little bit about something called Welcome Wagon I heard about I'd like to share with you, and then one of my hacks using Todoist. So let's get into it. Chris is one of the great, I think, within our professions, kind of the hidden gems. I think he's just wonderful with helping people with their practice and being really consistent, and he helps coach young doctors. He helps coach more advanced people, and I had a great opportunity to talk with him. I really respect Chris's work. And he has a website called Podiatry Success, and it would behoove you to look at that. This is about this Costa Rica medical conference and mastermind group. It's at Peace Lodge. This is with Holly. So Holly sent me this in the mail, and I really like it because it's good direct response. Kind of here's what you're going to discover. Talking about the Peace Lodge, kind of we rented the whole thing, meaning a little bit safer during COVID. Here's kind of what you're going to get. There's no vendors, which is always also great. So there's no pitch. It's really just time to mastermind. So it's really reasonable if you think about it, unless you want to go see the volcano tour. It's a little bit more expensive, but really not much at all in terms of money, and an opportunity for 20 docs. So what a great opportunity for masterminding once a year for this 4-day kind of brainstorming and mastermind option. I really think everyone should have this as part of their something they do at least once a year or quarterly. This is the WebMD. I put in podiatrist in Westboro, and this is the Dr. Marshall Lukoff, who is nearby me, but ranks higher than me because he pays for this. So this is a sponsored result, and I looked into this, and I think it's about, I think it's $200 or $300 per doctor per month. We have 4 doctors. That might be a little bit expensive. It depends on how many you're going to be getting. But what I really appreciate here is, he ranks at 87 reviews, whereas everyone else ranks at 4. So they must have a way of getting reviews very similar to Google reviews. WebMD is really taking off, so it might be something you want to consider. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about this thing called Welcome Wagon. Basically, this is marketing for new people moving into the community. And what I like about it is you don't have to do anything except put the ad, and they're constantly putting your information in front of them. This is the one that they made for Worcester, and here are the people in it. So there's not much competition. There's like one dentist, one fuel propane company, and things like that. And then last hack I'm going to share how I actually use it with Todoist. And I really like this. This has helped kind of fill in a gap for me where I wanted to contact patients, but I didn't have a great way through my medical record and HIPAA and things like that. Here's an example of how I do it and where it kind of throws in my browser. And so basically what I do is I put in the medical record number, see how they do, and I put in the day. And so each day it pops up on mine, and I can see if there's anything or see if there's any questions and things like that. It's really easy to do. I did do a little video right here. I think you can watch it before we kind of get into it. So here is an example. Up here I click, it pulls it down. I can add a task, and basically I put in their copy and paste their medical record, and then what I type in is what I want to see them for, or what they need to do. I want to call them back about the injection that they had. Okay, so then I can also put in the time frame. So if you put in like 2 weeks, you have to put in 2 weeks. Basically, when you put in 2 weeks, it's going to pull up and it automatically set it. So you just hit enter on your screen, and it automatically reminds you in 2 weeks, and it'll pull that up there for you. So that's kind of how that works with, and then if you click home, it'll show me all of my other ones that I have in my inbox. So I have 16 of these. These are different medical record people that I want to follow up with. Okay, so that's kind of how the Todoist thing works for you. Okay, I think that's the last one here. Let's get into it here. So this is Chris's interview. You can get it on on the Present or podiatry.com website. You can also get it on the podcast. If you haven't joined Podiatry Practice Mastery, you can just join the podcast and you can get access to that one. Here is his Podiatry Success website. He's got this really cool book, but more importantly, I like the machine. I just love this. It's the ultimate podiatric marketing machine, worth checking out. Great thoughts. It's not just about thoughts, though. It's about taking action. So he does have kind of like a mastermind type of a thing, and he has some great video courses. So I would check out Chris's stuff. Once again, I always wanting to share of how you guys can get more success out of things. If you want to copy a really good website as well, copy his website. Once again, he's got a couple of unique things that I really like on his website. He kind of goes towards like the friendliest doctors. He has this component here. You can ask your question, which is kind of a neat thing that I have on my YouTube as well. What we can help with, advanced technologies, ultrasound, diabetic shoes, new patients. They have the special offer, which is really just I think he had like he had a special offer. I think he gave, here it is, a coupon for $25 off your first visit. That's kind of a neat idea. I thought about that as well. I think doing the coupon makes them kind of maybe want to come in. What are you going to give them 25 off if their insurance covers it? Maybe their copay or something else like that. Also reasons why that you should see them, reviews, the blog, and then contact us. So everything is kind of focused on them making the appointment request. Kind of a neat thing. The only thing that I think would make it a little bit better is if they could go directly into his medical record and make it directly in there. That would help it out a little bit. This is the Berkman Consulting. This is that Costa Rica trip, if you want to consider it. This is something I've had a couple of people on the interview series that use Holly, and she does great work with the practices, basically kind of behind the scenes, helping you become more efficient. So you might consider this mastermind or even consider working with her. I haven't yet got her on an interview, but I'm still wanting to do that because I think I talked to her, but we haven't had any time to interview so she can share her wisdom. The one wisdom she did share was a little bit with using Amerigel, these wound kits, which I wasn't using. So I think she's able to find kind of these hidden gems within your practice that could help you make more. Once again, this is that doctor, just showing you a little bit more about WebMD here. You can look for different specialties. Here are some of the other doctors in the area, and they have very few referrals or recommendations. So what I would probably recommend if you want to get into this is you would automate this. So basically, when a patient comes in, I sent it out to Patient Education Genius, so they're going to send this link, the link for me, when patients come into the office. So basically when they look for me, I have 3. And the way you would do that is you would open it up and you'd hit leave a review. And so this you would copy and you would email that to patients so they can give you stuff on WebMD. This is that welcome wagon kind of intro thing. They have some local community guide, and they do it a lot of different ways. They send them something in the mail. Then they also send them emails if they get their email. And then they just drop, there's multiple, it's like a direct response company. So they'll get multiple things. There's not really much competition in my area, and you get your zip code. And they offer some type of a free offer. So the question is, what are we going to offer for us as a doctor? I always go back and forth. I'd love to hear if anyone has any great offer they have. I don't really feel comfortable doing a free consult. What I thought about is you can give away like a free water bottle or a free book, or maybe a free ultrasound, or I don't know what you want to do, but not that we want to downgrade our services. That's why I don't like to offer too much free, but free kind of gets people into the door, and maybe even ask a free question. If anyone has a really great way of doing this, I'd love to hear what's working for you. But here's what the welcome wagon gives them, and here's their website. It was pretty reasonable, actually. I thought it would be more. I think it ended up to be $300 or $400 a month, which is substantially less than some of the other things that I'm doing. And then finally, this is the Todoist thing that I'm using right now. And I use the free version. It just goes right on my Google Chrome. So every site that I'm in, every medical record that I'm looking in, I'm logged into my Google account, and everything always syncs. And so as you can see, I don't have any right now, which I kind of like. I did this one today, and I can put other ones in, and it reminds me to see how they're doing. I don't have another way, a good tickler system of how to kind of tickle my staff to check up on them. That doesn't exist in my medical record. I would love to see if you guys have anything else that works better for this. Like, how do you remember, for example, to call patients in 2 weeks to see how they're doing? Do you have anything that works really great for this? Once again, thanks for watching this on Podiatry Practice Mastery. Please join Podiatry Practice Mastery, and you can get these weekly emails, get the podcast, things like that, and send me your response to these 2 things, kind of how you follow up with patients, okay, and these things that we talked about today. Okay, great. Thanks.